Yeah. Go ahead. I mean, you just got to move on. You got to recognize the fact that we can't foul as much and we can't turn it over. We had chances to close the game out, foul at the three, and then we turned it over right directly before that. And we had a meeting with Sue Blau, the referee's chief, and they told us that that throwing your body into shots that wouldn't be called a foul. So we had an illustration of it, and we saw it on video yesterday. And we had a chance to close out the game, but I'm just disappointed in me getting a tech for doing this. You know, so um, it's BS because we put in work. You know, and it's the same thing. Like stuff like that just has no place in our league. You don't have no place to just take stuff personal and just take it out on somebody. And I think this is everybody saw that. Everybody saw that wasn't a foul. Like y'all saw that wasn't a foul. She threw a she didn't even touch her still. She still didn't touch her. Even though she threw her body forward, she didn't touch her. And how could people that do this for a living see that and call that? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But it's my life, you guys. It's the story of my life. So I just got to deal with it. It just makes us stronger. All right. And that's what I told them. It's just going to make us stronger. So they're going to have to deal with us after. And they can keep on saying, hey, yeah, calm down, do this. I don't give a shit.
So, Coach, what happened between the third and fourth quarter? Because third quarter, you seemed very dominant coming out, setting the tone and the pace. And then fourth quarter seemed like you kind of let your foot off the gas.
We ran out of gas. Just got a couple of players in this week. And that was on me. I could have subbed better, and I didn't. I just put a lot of trust into like the players, and I could have gave them a break. Like they could have had a break to have fresher legs. We didn't expect to play 45 minutes, but I should have prepared better to play 45 minutes instead of playing 40.
Despite that terrible call at the end, there were a lot of turnovers. So
Yeah.
what the late turnovers?
Yeah.
What was the difference in the fourth quarter that led to a lot of those late turnovers that allowed the Sparks to close your guys' I think 5-point lead?
We ran out of gas.
That's it.
Yeah, and I could have did a job of getting them out earlier just so they can have legs for the end. That was my fault. The loss is solely on me. It's not the. I'm not blaming it on nobody else. I just need us to do better. But the loss is definitely on me.
Coach, leading up to that technical that you just referenced, are you saying that that was the only thing that?
Look at it. I didn't do anything.
Didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything. I got a warning for talking to a ref across, and we were having a conversation. So I shouldn't have gotten a warning from. I wasn't talking to this referee.
Okay.
So, and then when I didn't throw the ball to the referee, like it's like I don't want to have any conversation. I'm trying to be woosah, so I don't want to talk to you. So you can't give me a warning for talking to somebody else that's having a conversation with me. And then when I do like this, you give me a technical. Like this is important stuff. Like you can't take it personal. Can't take it personal. I don't take it personal with you. You don't take it personal with me. You're not, you don't, the game is not about you. Just like I know the game is not about me. So don't make it about me. I'm not going to make it about you. It's about the players that put in the work. Put in the work every week. Let them work. Let the game decide themselves. And just because you have something personal, whatever, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying that, but just because you see something that's not there, whatever.
We talked about it being personal. This is something that like is happening.
This is a tech, man. Like, is this a tech?
No.
All right. Okay.
Coach, you had a lot of success with Emily Bailey in the second half, especially guarding Lexi Brown. Could you talk about her impact on the game, especially in that second half of the game? She
was good. She's been showing us stuff for the last 2 or 3 weeks. She's in training camp. She was MVP in Australia because her motor is so high. And when you have a high motor, you're going to improve. Like you're going to see improvement. You want to see improvement. And she's been showing us good stuff every day. And so we just, I should have probably went to her earlier. But I relied on the pecking order as far as the players that's been in camp, and I lean on like more WNBA experience. Uh, but I guess she's too naive to even care about experience. She just goes out there and falls.
How do you balance with having a short bench at the moment when you have 3 players on the bench and you have a player like maybe who can do that, what Ruthie can do, what Sparkle Taylor can do? How do you work that going forward?
I have to do a better job of getting our players out and being able to be fresh at the end of the game. Like I have to do a better job. Um, I feel terrible about that game because I felt like if I'd done a better job, nobody could have really gotten in the way of us. Um, the last turnover was kind of on me, and you see the disconnection. Like we're not as connected because we haven't had practice time together, and it's hard to it's going to take a minute to guys kind of get the rhythm and the chemistry that we have, and then once we bring Kyle, once we bring Rebecca Gardner, and once we bring Lee and Julie in, then it's going to be even more chemistry you have to build. So this is a work in progress, but the one constant is me, so I can control all that and I can do a better job of that.
Speaking of motors, can you just talk about Dana and the impact that she had tonight from start to finish?
She's a good player. And we both heard a lot of questions about, Dana's abilities and this and that. And, because we got Julie, so people kind of counted her out but I think Dana is a really good player, and she has a chip on her shoulder, and she reminds me a lot of me, but with talent. And I see a lot of that in her, and you can't count. It's this old saying that they used to say in the 70s and 80s, way back when. They say you can't count. I'm gonna get it right, yo guys. I've been messing up sayings for the last 3 days. It's not the size of the dog; it's the size of the fighting dog, or something like that. Who knows that?
Size of the dog.
Yeah, something like that. It was size. So she's somebody that has a lot of fight, and I'm not going to give her kudos too early. I just want her to keep that chip on her shoulder and keep on proving. Like you got to show up. You just and that's something that she's continued to do since day one. And I appreciate her making me look like a horrible GM for skipping over in the draft and and being able to redeem myself. So she's a gamer, and we love her here.
Coach, how would you describe Emma's performance? I mean, she had some really good moments in the paint at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think Emma has to get comfortable, and I have to continue to find ways to make her comfortable and find her spots on the floor, especially with the players that we have. We have great players, but at the same time, you don't want her to lose who she is, and I want her to be aggressive because she's going to make good decisions. And I think we have enough balls to go around because everybody's a willing passer. I think she was she had 5 assists, but she also had 4 turnovers. So we have to be strong with the ball. And 3 of the 4 players that we had the ball in their hand, they had 18 turnovers. We have to be better in that regard. And that's not a traditional game for us where you have Sloot with 8 turnovers, Candace with 6, and Emma with 4. It's not. And it's not going to be something that's going to last. Okay. So we'll get our rhythm. I mean, Candace has only had 2 practices, and Emma hasn't played with the players that she's playing with on the floor today. So it's promising. I mean, 38 points off turnovers and 33 free throws. I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, you clean those up, and we have ourselves a ball game. I think we can be better.
Last couple of questions for Coach. Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Could you describe what broke down in the fourth that led to the turnovers that allowed the Sparks to close your guys' late lead? I think it was 5-point lead you guys had with
Yeah, I think we just didn't execute well. Our spacing was bad. We weren't setting screens anymore. I think we kind of ran out of gas as a group, and you just tend to make more mistakes when you're tired. And I think we were exposed late, because we just weren't making the correct plays, the correct reads, and it resulted in what you saw.
Dana, I know it's hard to reflect on personal accolade when you go through a loss like this, but you did have a career night tonight in the third quarter. I mean, you exploded. I mean, what was going through your mind as you started to heat up?
I just told myself this year I just wanted to be myself. I just wanted to play like Dana. So I was just letting the game come to me, and I felt like I was getting in the lane, and I had some easy jumpers. And then once those started going, I felt like the basket was huge at that point.
Did you feel like you fouled Jordan?
Not at all. No. Nope.
You wrestle with that, knowing you didn't foul her in the game is put in the hands of the officials in a way, and you go to overtime after that call.
Sorry.
Knowing you didn't foul her and seeing her go to the free throw line, I mean, how do you
Yeah,
wrestle with that?
it was frustrating, but my teammates helped me try to move past it and move on, but we just fell short, and I just feel like that was just a game changer. It was just a momentum shift, and we just couldn't get it back.
Courtney, when you're without Ali and caught this stuff like at the start of the season, I mean, do you take any positives away from this, knowing that this team, I mean, it's this game 1 of 36, and there's more to build off with more players coming in down the road?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Dana being able to get the minutes that she got, playing the way she did, but we also had Sparkle come in and do pretty well for her first WNBA game. I mean, Anna Lee was really good for us down the stretch. We had her in late. I think that says a lot about James's trust in her and how she's practiced and how she's done for us. So, yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to take some positive. We should have won the game. I mean, at the end of the day, we should have won the game. We gave it to them, missing 2 starters. So, we're going to definitely reflect because we made mistakes and we have more room to grow. But I think, we can definitely take some positives from tonight.
Courtney, when you're kind of in a different situation where typically you would still be resetting from Europe, but now you have players who are out like Ali or coming back like Ka. How do you readjust? How does the team readjust with kind of conserving energy at the start of the season? Coach Wade talked about running out of gas and rotation. So how do you readjust your focus and play style?
Well, it helps if you don't go in overtime. That's big.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's just trusting our bench, being able to have people like Sparkle and Annalie come in and play double-digit minutes, and that's huge for us starters. If you take away that 5 minutes, then that helps a lot. But we just we're deep. That's what we wanted, and we're gonna just kind of figure it out until they come back, and then I think we're gonna be pretty scary for sure.
Is the chemistry there with this team as currently constructed, or does it need to have Ka, Ali back, and Julie for this team to be Chicago Sky Ball?
Yeah, I think we're missing 2 big pieces, and it's hard to kind of find our identity offensively and defensively without them because so much is run through them. I think that it is giving us too, especially opportunities to kind of find our groove. But when we come back, I mean, that's going to be Chicago Sky basketball. I mean, those are 2 huge, important pieces. And I think both of us were kind of counting down the days for that to happen.
Courtney, I mean, Candace became the 8th all-time leading assist leader in WNBA history. I mean, are you worried that she's going to come and pass you?
Yeah, actually. If you see me yelling at her, it's because of that. No, I mean, she's an incredible passer. She's done it at such a high level all of her career. So, yeah, she'll get close, but I'm not worried.
Dana, do you feel that you're starting to become more in who you want to be as a WNBA player?
Yes, for me, defensively, for this team, I have to be the best. I have to pressure the ball, get in the passing lanes. I thought I did a better job defensively than all of last year. Like, I feel like I'm getting over the screens better. I feel like I'm helping more. So just finding my role defensively, and offensively, that'll come. I don't worry about the offense. Just defensively locking in and doing everything else will follow.
Coach Wade says you play with a chip on your shoulder.
Yes, I do. I think it's just, I don't know. It's just, I've always been like that. I just need something to keep me motivated, keep me hungry. I don't never want to get satisfied.
All right, move to Zoom for some questions. Rafiq, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Just about to get ready to go to this first talk. Not the start that you guys wanted. If anybody's pushing this way, when you went into these overtime executions, like looking back at the tape of it, we need to do to have a much better offensive performance than you did in those type of thoughts you did in the late seconds of regulation.
On your overtime execution and how you can improve upon that.
Let me too.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, we just didn't make the plays that we needed to make that we were making all game. Yeah, we turned the ball over too many times in overtime. We got tired, and it's not an excuse. It's just where we are.